Hey everyone, welcome back to Kubrick Corner with me, Sean Wilson. So you're no doubt aware the 90th Academy Awards is done and dusted. And I have to say, it's one of the better years actually. Normally I'm a bit sceptical about the Oscars. I rarely place that much value on them because as far as I'm concerned, the quality of a movie transcends whatever awards ceremony it's part of. But I have to say, at the risk of sounding like a hypocrite or maybe more pertinently to play devil's advocate, I'm actually really pleased with the Oscars results this year. I thought they were really terrific. I think atypically the film slate this year was very strong across the board. Literally all of the films I thought were either good to excellent. I thought there were a couple of weaker ones, but normally within the Oscars you normally get a load of, but you get at least one film that's a load of platitudinous awards baiting crap. But I actually thought that most of the films this year were actually deserving of the attention that was foisted on them. So I have to say it was an Oscar. It was an Oscar night of firsts. I have to say Guillermo del Toro getting his first Oscar recognition, long overdue recognition for a career that goes right the way back to something like Kronos back in the early 90s. Gary Oldman getting his first Oscar for Darkest Hour, which probably is the weakest film in this year's lineup. I have to say I think the Oscar there is as much for his career legacy as it is for his performance as Winston Churchill. Not knocking the performance, it's great, but I think he's done equally strong work in better films. But regardless, Gary Oldman got his first Oscar. Jordan Peele becoming the first African American to win Best Original Screenplay for Get Out. The fact that Get Out was even nominated, let alone winning, is great, and I really hope that's a sea change, both in terms of how the Academy Awards are embracing the conversation around racially fueled material like Get Out, as well as horror movies in general. The fact that this is now a horror movie that's been embraced by a mass audience and critics and has now achieved the ultimate in artistic credibility is really exciting. That's great. And Roger Deakins, cinematographer for Blade Runner 49, finally got his first Oscar after 14 nominations and never winning, which is horrific when you consider that he's done the likes of The Shawshank Redemption, Skyfall, Assassination of Jesse James, all of those great Coen Brothers films like Fargo and No Country for Old Men. And big up the Torquay Massive. Roger Deakins is from my hometown of Torquay, so now my hometown has now got an Oscar winner, which is terrific. So I'm really pleased with the awards this year. There might not have been that many surprises, but again, this year I'm happy with there not being that many surprises because all of the people who did win, I actually felt deserved to win. Of course, there were predictable ones. Frances McDormand's was pretty much a shoo-in, but that doesn't make it any less satisfying. Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Another great first time is Sam Rockwell. Again, you talk about people who've been long overdue for any kind of awards recognition at all. Sam Rockwell doesn't often take leading man roles, and indeed he won the supporting actor for Three Billboards, but a lot of people think he is the real heart of that movie, the real complex, anguished heart of the movie, and I'd be inclined to agree. Again, other awards were more predictable. Coco getting Best Animated Film, I think we could all see that coming. Alison Janney for her brilliantly vitriolic performance in I, Tonya. Again, she swept the Golden Globes and the BAFTA. She was always going to get that. So yeah, I'm really pleased. Alexandre Desplat, whom I was very fortunate enough to interview last year, winning for his beautiful score for The Shape of Water. The only other candidate who I would have liked to have seen got that was Johnny Greenwood for Phantom Thread. But I'm very happy that Desplat got that. That's a glorious score. Some disappointments. Dunkirk again got shut out of Best Picture and Best Director. Again, there are lots of articles now about why the Academy seem to snub so-called populist directors like Christopher Nolan. Although Lee Smith did get Best Editing, and Dunkirk is as much a film it's dictated as much by its editing as by its direction, and it's also dictated by its sound, and it won for sound editing and sound mixing, which is very deserved. So I think a really terrific Oscars. And I'd like to now know what you think. I'm happy with Oscars 90. What do you make of the awards? Hit me up here at Kubrick Corner and let me know. See you soon.